for joining us today. We are very excited to share with you the integration built between the Mortgage Office, TMO, and DossDocs. It's been in the works for a while and got it to a very exciting place, and we're excited to share it all with you today. Just some logistics before we get started here. We'll be going for about 30 to 45 minutes. This will all be recorded, and it's going to be sent out to everyone tomorrow. Folks will be on mute, but there's going to be questions. So if you do have questions, please submit them in the Q&A chat option at the bottom of your Zoom screen. We will answer those as they come up. Some of the questions might be very specific to your workflow. So if it's not the most suited for this forum, we'll make sure you get an answer after the fact or schedule some one-on-one time. And because of how detailed all of this is, we will also be hosting a couple of subsequent training sessions. So those will also be sent out. The ability to register for those are going to be sent out in the link tomorrow or in the email tomorrow with the webinar recording, just so you can have it in your mind if you would like to maybe pencil in some time to join those. We will be hosting one next Tuesday, the 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then another one the following Tuesday, September 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific time. There'll be a lot more of kind of a working session, kind of training session to go through in a more granular way, the integration. So please let us know your questions. We'll do our best to answer everything here. And then if you would like to join those, again, we'll share more information about those at the end here. So I am Bobby from the Mortgage Office. I work on our product marketing side. We're also joined with Mariska, who's a product manager. Here we've got Aletha joining us from DossDocs, and Brian, our director of partnerships here at the Mortgage Office. We've got more folks behind the scenes who are going to be answering those questions as they come up. So we're excited to be spending the time with you today. What we'll be going over is just a little bit of what the Mortgage Office is, a little bit about who DossDocs is and what DossDocs does, a little bit about the benefits of the integration, and also covering how it works, which is the important piece. And then we'll answer Q&A at the end, as well as kind of throughout the webinar.
Great, thanks, Bobby. So I'll talk quickly about what the Mortgage Office is. So the Mortgage Office is a leading loan management platform built for high-performance lenders. Our core products are loan servicing, loan origination, and fund management. TMO has been in business for over 47 years. We serve private lenders, municipalities, nonprofits, and educational institutions. And we're trusted by over 1,100 companies. And those customers have averaged over 5,230 hours and over 200,000, oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce it. Over 200,000 hours, or sorry, dollars saved annually using our platform. TMO supports borrower and lender-led self-servicing portals. We are SOC 2 Type 2 certified for security and compliance, and we're rated 4.8 out of 5 on Capterra, G2, Software Advice, and other review websites.
Sorry, those savings are so significant, it's kind of tough to even say.
262,000. Sorry about that.
And then Aletha.
Thanks, Bobby. DossDocs serves over 300 lenders, brokers, and private investors. So one of the key reasons why we have such a strong following is we provide broker disclosures across the country. And in California, our users have full DRE, borrower, broker, and investor disclosures. DossDocs was built by Dennis Doss. Some of you may know him as the godfather in the industry. He's been practicing private lending mortgage law for over 48 years. And he developed DossDocs out of a need for our customers. They want attorney quality documents without having to pay for attorney drafted documents. So we created an online platform that gives you instant access with no onboarding, no subscription, no contracts, no minimums. You literally pay for what you generate. And the questionnaire that you complete actually determines the output for your final document package. So each document set you generate is going to be custom to your loan scenario. We also have documents in all 50 states with real-time compliance that's already built in. So we also move with those regulatory changes. There's no delays in whether or not we're meeting compliance regulations or not. We constantly update our documents at DossDocs. And I think one of the reasons why we're so strong in the industry is because it's more about, DossDocs is more than just about documentation. We're really focused on making private lending transactions more efficient, more streamlined, easier for professionals to manage. And that's why this integration is so critical. We spent a lot of time with TMO working to capture as many data points as possible, which I think you're all going to find really refreshing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. Now we'll get into some of the benefits of the integration. So users will be able to seamlessly send their applications from TMO directly into the DossDocs platform. Fields are mapped between TMO and DossDocs, so you don't have to rekey info that already exists in TMO, saving significant time. And the finalized documents return back into TMO's attachments. This integration provides nationwide compliance across 50 states, so you can move with confidence. And as Aletha mentioned, it also includes transparent usage-based pricing with no commitments or contracts. Users will ultimately be able to complete and review documents in a fraction of the time while minimizing compliance risk.
Awesome. So to talk about how the integration works, if you are currently, just to call out, if you're a current TMO loan origination client and you would like to get started for now, go ahead and contact your account manager. They'll be able to get it basically activated in your account. It's not a lengthy activation process. It's essentially clicking a toggle, putting in a catalog name, checking a box and hitting save. So it's really pretty fast. Once you get into it though, that's what we're gonna kind of go over here. So when you're in TMO's loan origination side, an application is gonna come in. Maybe it's coming in through an application portal or you're manually entering it. But once the application exists there, there's going to be the option to kind of hit this more actions button. And that's going to be just at the top right of the loan. And then you'll see the option just kind of right there for each application to go ahead and order the DossDocs. And so what that does is it's going to look at the extensive loan data that's currently in the loan file. It's going to package up a lot of that via the APIs and just send it directly over to DossDocs. And if you're not familiar with what an API is, it's basically system to system communication where it's just going to take the values, the inputs that currently exist, transfer that. So, it's just handling that automatically system to system, kind of making that process a lot more efficient. Once it goes over there, it lands into DossDocs, and then you pick up the rest of the process on DossDocs. So I'll pass it over to Aletha to talk about the rest of that.
Thanks, Bobby. So after you port your information over into DossDocs via the API, you're going to see numerous questions that are already answered. So if they're already answered, you can just skip over them, move on to the next question. You might see this little red asterisk on the right-hand side. In this sample, we have the loan amount and it says write it in numbers. There's that red asterisk. And if there is an asterisk, you have to complete that field or it won't let you move forward. The good thing about the questions is they're intuitive. So if you answer a question like, is there a prepayment penalty? And you say yes, then you're going to have to select which prepayment penalty option you want. If you select no, it will not adjust and ask you additional questions. So you're going to go through, answer the questionnaire, whatever wasn't already completed through that TMO integration, and then you pay for your document set. You have a final review of all of the interview questions that you have input. And after you ensure that information is accurate, you simply click continue to generate your documents. After you generate your documents, you're going to see on the left-hand side, that's a picture of what it would look like in our DossDocs site. You have the option to download each document as a PDF. And the screenshot on the right-hand side is going to show all the documents that were generated passed right back into TMO. So you're going to have them all housed in one location for you. So it makes it really easy to be able to access them and forward them to any necessary parties in your transaction. Now we have two different ways you can generate the documents and redraw them as necessary. So with that API push of your data from TMO into DossDocs, we have a My Portal account as well. So when you create a My Portal account, it's going to allow you to access all of your workflow links. And the workflows are what we call the questionnaire that is generated for your loan document set. So when you create a My Portal, it's going to allow you access to all of your workflow links in one place. The account is free. You only need an email and a password to set it up. And that will allow you to easily redraw your loan document sets if you need to, because sometimes you might misspell somebody's name and just need to go back in and fix it real quick and not have to redo the process from the beginning. All redraws are free, and so it makes it very simple for you to go ahead and do so. Here's a screenshot of what your dashboard would look like with those workflow links in there. So under workflows, you can search for name, address, or loan number. And then when you find the loan that you want to redraw, you simply click on that workflow link, go back into your link, make the adjustments, and redraw your documents. Now, you don't have to create a My Portal account. You can save your link as you go, but I think the My Portal account will make your life a little bit easier to find what you need quickly.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're originating a high volume, especially just having a centralized location to quickly go to, do any follow-ups as needed instead of trying to hunt around, just makes it all the more efficient.
Exactly.
So that's a lot of the integration. It's really pretty straightforward. You essentially use the data and just leverage that. So once it sends to DossDocs, you're just kind of going through significantly less time than having to do it from scratch, and far more compliant as well. So let's go ahead and do we have any questions from folks that we'd like to dive into here?
I have none of the open questions yet, Bobby.
Nice.
Mariska, did you want to go over how DOS works with disclosures? Because I know that's historically been something that customers have asked about.
Yeah, that's great point, Nick. So TMO customers who are used to working with our current document provider knows we can only get closing documents. You will see an option when you are, after you've done your inputs as Aletha was going over, for your options, and you'll see a question. Do you want to also generate initial disclosures? Or do you just want to generate a closing doc set? And I believe there's even a question about like table funding. So it's quite a breadth of options, which is great for clients who are looking for disclosures. Oh, and I'm seeing, oh, here we go. Nick's answering that question. Are these homestead docs too, or only investment purpose docs? Currently, and Brian, you can correct me if I'm wrong, currently the package is aimed at business purpose loan docs.
That's correct. Yeah. But if you are interested in any of the other packages, please let us know. That helps build a case internally to get those integrated.
All right, I think this is a repeat question. The loan docs are solely for commercial credits only. I would say business purpose is a better description, whether, you know, if you mean by commercial business purpose, rather than commercial property versus residential property. I don't think the property type matters. We're talking about the purpose of the documents. And as Brian said, yes, if you're looking at more, certainly let us know, because I do know already from my own experience with working with Aletha that there are other packages available that we would like to consider in the integration.
Definitely. So
Um,
yeah, if sorry, I was just going to say, if you have feedback there, either reach out to your appropriate customer success manager or account manager. You can also email me as well. I'll drop my email in the chat.
okay. Aletha, this is a question for you. If we already have a portal account and subsequently integrate DossDocs into our TMO, if I order documents through TMO, will those documents automatically be saved to my existing portal account?
I can definitely take that request back to our dev team. Right now, the docs will be saved in your TMO account, but we can look at adding that enhancement to my portal.
This is a good question. If data is edited in DOS, will the changes automatically sync back to TMO? And I do not believe so. It's not a two-way. If you have to make corrections to your TMO file, you would go back into there, and then, like Elisa said, you can make the correction in DOS. But I know from my testing, I also made my corrections in TMO and just pushed it back into DOS and it updated. So
I would want to jump in real quick on that though, Mariska.
yeah.
If you are redrawing the docs, make the changes in DossDocs. If you make the changes in TMO and push them back into DossDocs as a new session, then you would be charged for another set of docs, right? Because those changes would be going into a new keyed session instead of the prior one. So I would recommend any changes in your documents, apply them in DossDocs. And if they are critical and that data is housed within TMO, then go back into TMO and also apply those changes and save them.
We have a question from one participant asking about bridge loans specifically, and I know customers have asked about different doc sets. So these are, as it currently sits, these are for business purpose lending docs, but we do cover a variety of different loan types within business purpose lending. So whether it's RTL or bridge lending, are there construction specific documents as well?
Through DossDocs, yes. DossDocs, you can generate bridge loan docs, you can do construction. We have about 15 different packages right now with the integration. The business purpose doc set is the main document set that we did work on integrating. We've discussed adding in our broker investor package to utilize for the investor docs as well for you guys. But if you definitely want bridge loan or any other of our doc packages available, then please go ahead and send that to your customer success advisor at TMO so you can get that feedback and then apply it.
And to expand on that, the doc set that we do have now, it does currently account for, which in some senses, depending on what you mean by, a construction, or if you're thinking rehab, it does ask if it's a line of credit and are you, dispersing less at the beginning than you are, or you're dispersing an amount that is not the full loan amount. I do know that's one of the questions that are asked, but as Aletha mentioned, like an actual construction package of documents, that is a package that they offer, that again, give us that feedback so that we can take it back to our integrations team and keep working on providing a complete menu of products for you. Sorry, more questions popped in. And this one's a long one.
I guess just to answer your question live, Charlie, since it's a little nuanced, you may want to reach out to your account manager and give us some specific feedback because I'm not exactly sure which notices you're talking about. You can pull property addresses into certain notices depending on who they're sent to within TMO. This specific integration is for loan origination documents that are sent out, so it's a little different than on the servicing side. It's not clear if you're asking about servicing or origination.
And we have, is there any way to review the doc set prior to using? We would need to make sure they're suitable for our purposes prior to using. And
Probably have
wanna
a
make
sample doc set that we can send you if you want to reach out to your account manager. We can share that so that way you can have your legal counsel vet it. Just, I mean, obviously understand that DOS is a law firm also, so they're obviously vetting the documents too. So one of the benefits actually of services like this is that if you have an attorney review your documents, they're probably great when they review them, but you probably don't get them reviewed on a regular basis because it's expensive. So one of the nice things about these doc services, like what DOS does, is that they're constantly keeping track of new legislation, changes in, state by state law. So that way your documents are always going to be fresh with all the current law.
All right. I see just a question here that they've asked their account manager to have this option activated. We'll make sure that your account manager gets back to you for activation. And then there's another question about DOS just generates docs. What does TMO provide? That I would also encourage you to contact. If you're not a client of ours already, Nick, who should they contact to make sure they get a full sort of rundown on what TMO provides as a software? Because they're asking about CBR, DTI, background checks, etc.
Yeah, if you're not a current customer, I would reach out to our sales team. I'll include an email answer to your question, Nim, so that way you can reach out and we can share what our LO system does, what our servicing system does, and you can take a look.
And to answer your question, just to piggyback off of that, we do have a number of integrations in addition to DossDocs on the loan origination side. So yeah, I'd recommend connecting with somebody on our team, and we're happy to walk you through all of that.
So far,
Awesome.
that's the end of questions.
Cool. So the integration is live for TMO loan origination clients. To answer a little bit more on the previous question, if you're not currently a TMO client and you're wanting to learn more, please do email our sales team if you're currently speaking with someone. Just let us know or let them know, and we'll make sure that you can kind of see more or see what you are wanting to learn about. For questions about the DossDocs platform, please contact support@dossdocs.com and they'll be able to follow up with you there as well. And again, this recording is going to be emailed out to the registrants tomorrow. And along with that recording link in the email is going to be a couple of additional links to sign up for those training sessions. So if you'd like to register and attend one of those, it's going to get more into the weeds, a bit more hands-on with best practices and things like that. So please go ahead and sign up there. We also have some interactive walkthroughs that allow you to kind of go through the motions a bit yourself and kind of experience what that's like. Again, the idea is that it's really straightforward and making life easier. So that's a huge benefit of that process. Any other questions before we wrap here? Awesome. Well, thank you very much for attending today. Keep an eye out on your email for the recording to arrive tomorrow, as well as those links to sign up for those training sessions. Thank you again for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time and hope you have a great rest of the day and a great rest of your week.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.